So this car's been sitting here now in my possession again for about 2-3 weeks, I guess. It's really, really dirty, filthy. I'm just trying to get off some of the really, really nasty stuff. First warm day of the season. Give an overview of it. Got all the stuff cleaned out that was in it. This car came with a stockpile of parts, some good, some not. Yeah, the hatch leaks a little bit. It is what it is. I just got the drains cleaned back out. And there's some mortar sitting in the trunk. Some speaker wiring that I'm probably going to just yank. Otherwise, I mean, it just needs a really good scrub. But, yeah, headliner sagging. Don't really know what I'm going to do yet with this. More than likely, the car is going to get semi-parted out to anything and everything I could think of that I would not need. Just so that way this thing can be a track competitor of sorts. I mean, it's rust-free, it's fairly straight. It just needs a lot of odd and ends. Gonna be pulling the cylinder head off, probably. I bought it back from the guy who bought it from a friend of mine. The story that I got was that they were doing a timing belt on it, went to fire the car up, and it turned over half a turn or so, and then made a large, loud clunk, and, well, they said it jumped time. So, it's got some good parts on it. Fuel pressure regulator. Supposed to have some sort of aftermarket injector. I want to say they were 550s. It's got Thunderbolt 50 wires on them. I haven't seen them in a while. JMF catch can, 2G MAF. Got an Evo 316G on it. Some really nice fabbed up piping that I guess was done by Red Jack, but Red Jack's no longer around. Polyurethane mounts. And this is a front wheel drive, and it's got Pontiac wheels on it. There's a spare transmission it came with. That one has a welded center diff. Still has an old school air fuel ratio gauge. It's got a close shift boost gauge. Carbon fiber, I don't know if that's real or not. Gauge bezel. Some white face gauges. This car actually has over 235,000 miles on it. Somebody swapped out the odometer, or I'm sorry, the cluster. Still has my old original SAFC2 and NGK AFX wideband that I sold the car with to a friend of mine. Looks like they may have put a short throw shifter in it. Has aftermarket rear speakers. As far as the spare parts that it came with, got back my old 1G Mass Airflow with the K&N, Toyota Super side mount, stock clutch, Cyclone intake, 1G blow-off valve, some ball joints, some brake pads, front diff with a rip grip, stock clutch. Came with these extra wheels and tires, even though the tires are absolutely garbage. The tires will just go to the scrap yard, I guess. Oh yeah, more on this later. Came with an MSD box, and this will get used on the Vega. That engine that you just saw a peek of, that's going to get used in that car. And let's see, came with a stock rad and fans, some random miscellaneous parts like an O2 sensor housing. Let's see, what else? with a stock fuel rail, another catch can, Evo 3 turbine housing with 2 broken studs in it, a wastegate, spare coil, shift kit, slave cylinder, another fuel pressure regulator, some miscellaneous hardware, and enough intercooler piping to probably build 2 or 3 intercoolers with, and some silicone couplers. I'll get into the other cars later, but right now I'm just trying to keep things organized, and this will all be for the blue car. Affectionately known as Patches, because this car has gone through several iterations. It's always been patched up with miscellaneous junk that I had laying around, and it seems like the original, well, I'm sorry, not the original, the last owner tried to put some money into it, some good parts, and once it broke, he just kind of lost interest and gave up on it. But we'll see what we can do. I'm not saying I'm going to turn this thing into like a 1320 Leroy Cletus build where it's literally just a bunch of tubes and half a chassis and no body panels, but definitely going to take off anything that is not needed to drop as much weight as we can. I'm going to turn this thing into a piece of junk probably by the time I'm done with it. We'll see how bad it gets rigged. That's that.